Hey folks, how you doing? This is Brian here with American Nomad. Anyway, today went pretty decent. So I got out there today as I left that motel and said goodbye to the lady there. She's super cool, and took about a half-mile walk down the road. Positioned myself, got to hitchhiking. Took about 20 minutes. I finally got a ride by these two hillbillies from Arkansas, but they were heading up to this town here. Then they were cutting over about 30 miles east to another location, but they dropped me off in this town where I was hoping to get to today, and it puts me about 2 hours away from Minnesota border where I need to be. And they let me out. They were super cool. So I got out. They dropped me off at this one motel. I'd already had them mapped out, wrote some stuff out, different motels. And so basically what happened is I had the place wasn't open. So that's a mile down the road from another place. So this old guy was out there, so I said, hey man, can you give me a ride up to this other place? He told me that they run the same place. Well, not a bad little place at all. This is actually really cool. The lady here that runs this place is super cool too. When I say super cool, I mean super cool. You know, I have been just running into some of the nicest people in Iowa here. Just blows me away. This has really been a good trip. It ain't been bad at all. So I had to do some configuration. It wasn't open earlier, so I had the old man run me up to this Catholic church. It just so happened the Catholic church there had a visiting priest. He's a Vietnamese priest, so he didn't understand anything that was going on. So they were nice enough to contact this church in town here, Methodist church, and they hooked it up, man, where I can get a room here for the night. So they had called, hooked it all up, decent, clean little room, good cable, good Wi-Fi. Met the lady, and I've wrote 2 reviews up for this place already. If I got time tonight, I think I'll probably put another one on Facebook for her. So at least they got some good, really good top reviews that are right up on there. It'll draw business into the motel. They had some past reviews. They're less than desirable. One of my reviews I saw on TripAdvisor to disregard them 2 last reviews. They were pretty much bogus as far as I'm concerned, because I know different. This lady here treated me decent. Actually went and got me a Whopper and some fries and a Coke. I mean, how many people are going to do that for you like that? So she's been around. I guess her and her husband manage this place here, so that's super cool, man. It's an old historic motel. It's cool. And I don't really want to put too much on. I've already put my reviews up, but for purposes of this book I'm writing, and I'm doing these videos on YouTube, this is a good little place here. And so yeah, it went good. And the pastor of the church said he knows some people up right around close to Minnesota there before you get into Minnesota. A guy that he hasn't contacted me yet. I don't know if he will or not. And if he don't, it's no big deal. But he knows somebody up there may have some work for me to do. Well, I have yet to get the message. Yeah, I don't know if the guy got back with him or not. I think he's a decent enough, straight up enough pastor. Well, if he does get something back, he will get a hold of me. Give me a contact number of the guy so I can get a hold of him in this little smaller town there, and possibly get a few days worth of work. Leave with some cash. So we'll see how it plays out. I'll just play it by ear. It's not a big deal. I'll make it. And we'll just take it one day at a time from there. I'm definitely going to get doing some trip prepping tonight. Get everything trip prepped out. So I got what I got. And I know where I'm going, what I'm going to do. It looks pretty good up here. A lot of the traffic on this highway. It's sitting right up there. There's a big truck stop up here. A lot of trucks going out of there. So if I get lucky, I can get a ride up considerably far up into Minnesota here. That's my goal. Definitely need to come across, $100 between there so I can hit that one place, Todd's place. I go usually stop and stay for a day. And I do want to definitely get up to that place, because then I could just take a city bus. They got a city bus thing, really Ottertail Transit, for $1.50 they'll take you up to a parking right about 6-8 miles out of town. Perfect location to snag a ride. I've hitched it out of there before, and it was like maybe 5 minutes I got a ride. And the guy that gave me a ride gave me $100 bill. So, yeah, I want to go this route. This has been, oh, one of the better routes that I did. I mean, literally, this has been one of the better routes that I did, man. It blows me away how I'm able to just literally just work my way up in these towns here, these smaller towns, and the people are just awesome. I mean, they treat a guy good. I mean, man, you just talk to them, your situation, I'm traveling, blah, blah. I'm willing to do some work, but they've opened their hearts. I've got rooms, they've provided food, they've helped out. It has been awesome. I cannot complain. I'm not going to complain. I could have took it to a couple different levels. I don't panhandle at all. I could, and I could be very good at it. I just don't. I could have, if it would have got a little bit, it depends on my situation. If it would have got a little bit tighter, I probably would have panhandled. And I've been in some strategic locations hitchhiking where it probably wouldn't be no problem off an off ramp to panhandle because really there's no cops around. It's out of town. It would have been ideal to do that. Really, it would have been totally ideal to do that. I just haven't did it. I don't know, just something about me, man, just prevents me from doing it. I think it's moral fortitude. I just don't like doing that. I'd rather work or do something for her. So yeah, things have been good. This has not been bad at all. This has been pretty darn cool, let me tell you. So I ate good today. Ate a big Whopper, some fries, and a Coke. I thought that was just awesome. So I really don't need anything to eat. I've got some instant oatmeal here. They don't have any hot cups or nothing, but I don't have any styrofoam cups with me either. But what I'll do is I'll take some warm water, put it in one of these cups here, hot as it can get, and just pour the oatmeal and let it soak it up. It's not a big deal, man. And I can just eat it. So I've got 5 packs of oatmeal and a granola bar. I had a tangerine left. I ate that. I'm taking my vitamins. So I'll have stuff for tomorrow, and I'll just wait till tomorrow where I barrel up. I'll get something to eat. I'll hit a restaurant. I just don't really want to do much today. I don't feel like venturing around this town. I've got a considerable walk out to the highway here. It is a good ways. And I'd like to get up tomorrow to this next town and the next town up. That'll be another day. And then I'll get up to this other town. And that's considerable size. I can stay there. And then from there, just really try to make some progress before this weekend's up. Bottom line. I need to get where I'm going. I don't want to be hitchhiking on the weekend up in certain parts. I'll do what I have to do. And it is what it is, man. I'll be okay. I'm not worried about it at all. So I'll probably write something out. I'll email or message what's her name from that one diner up there. See if I can swing something for about a week up at that place for her. She'll have me do some stuff. So that would be feasible. If they don't want to do it, that's fine. I'm sure they will, but if they don't want to, it's not a big deal, man. I'll be okay regardless. And like I said, I'm utilizing text now. That's okay. It's working, but it does suck. If you don't have good Wi-Fi, it ain't good at all. This Wi-Fi here appears to be pretty darn good. It seems to be working fine. But I definitely, the next step here, definitely have to get a phone card, pay my phone up for $35 a month. So I got a workable phone on Straight Talk. And I will be changing my number to the location I'm going to be in. Bottom line, that's how that's going to go. Just that simple. It's been good, but I'll tell you what, like I said, you start running into obstacles. Like yesterday, I started out and the wind was like, 45 miles an hour. I mean, it was just blasting. It's happened like this so many different times when it's windy. Going down to Kansas again, and then coming back, or going up into Minnesota again, and then coming back down again. My God, man, this ain't been too bad this time on the wind. But I'll tell you what, this last time, oh man, every single time that I got on the highway. When I say every time, I mean every single time. it was always in my face. I don't care, wouldn't even switch directions. It was always right in my face. And I tell you what, where I'm going, it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold, man. I am not playing. It's going to get down zero. It's going to get 5, 10 degrees, dude. It's going to be cold hiking. But have I did it before? Yes. Am I worried? No. Because I am used to doing stuff like that. I'm the American hobo. And I can survive this stuff. I know how to do it. I know how to maneuver. I've been able to just every single day get into a room and things have worked out for me. So that pretty much tells you I can survive. I have that brain. I did it enough times where I can get into a place, I'm cool, move on the next day. That's how you do it. My problem is, like I said, I had stayed down here in Kansas for several months when I was down there. That was a big mistake. I'm never ever going through that state again. I just don't want to. It is not worth it to me. And like I said, I met some people down there. They're just no good, man. The 2 gals I met down there, terrible, dude. Oh my God, man, just bad news, man. I do not want to communicate with them ever again on any kind of level. And I've got to. It's very important that you keep your passwords for stuff. If you don't have like a regular phone number where you can verify through Facebook, you can't get back in your Facebook. And for some, I don't know why, I had the passwords wrote down to my one account. I can't get back into that, man. It's really kind of, so this last videos I did, the last 40, they're on there and they're going to stay on there. It's not a big issue. So I'm doing a new channel. And my channels get better and better. But I can always refer back to them. If I can get back in an account, and I will eventually, with a valid phone number. These text now numbers, they don't accept validation through text now. It's just so stupid. These smartphones, I got to get a tablet so I can utilize a tablet and have different things I'd like to, I tried to get back into my Lucktastic account. Was unable to do so, and I've got like 22,000 tokens on there and a few dollars on the account. I can't get back into that, so I'm going to have to contact them and try to retrieve my account back. And that's going to be a while, but I've got it wrote down. See what I can do. I've got my Inbox Dollars account. I'd like to get back off into that again. I'll be okay. Should be all right, man. But yeah, that's a way to make, I've been trying to make money on that. There's some other ways. I'll figure it out. I want to get into being a digital nomad. Get a master ledger book where I've got all my passwords, everything, and get a laptop of some sort. That would be very handy. Will it be handy? Yeah, it'll be super handy. And I can really get into some stuff. But anyway, I'm just gonna leave that Kansas behind, man. The people I met there, they were douchebags, man. And it is what it is. You'll find that you're gonna run across a lot of people that are like that. A whole lot of people that are like that, but you're going to run into some good people. Since I left Kansas, I've ran into some super good people. Beyond measure, just super cool, treat a person decent, really good people, man. And I can't complain at all. I can't. There's no sense in it. So this has been good. I mean, I could be out in the cold. It's getting down into the zero stuff at night, 10, 15 degrees at night. It's getting cold. And I'm not out there, man. Everything's okay. And so things will work out. And I'll be all right. And technically speaking, they have an organization here called Neighbor to Neighbor. And what they do is, for the residents in the county, you have to be a resident of the county. Well, they have a church that handles that, a secretary. She's a really nice lady, so is the pastor. And normally they don't help out people that are just passing through. Well, she had to email this lady, tell her my situation, not from the county, I'm not a county resident. The lady went back and said, yeah, we'll cover the bill for the motel room for that. Emailed her right back. And then what I thought was going to take hours and maybe possibly not getting the room, I was able to get the room. Man, I'll tell you. Very grateful, very thankful. And on another note, so everything's good here. So on another note, I'm watching breaking news on MSNBC Live. It's about 2:30 right now. So President Trump, now what he's doing, he threatens to strike Iranian cultural sites. Really nice, huh? He's going to get us into a total world war. It's Iraq, and it's Iran. And what next? I mean, it's just that we are just getting ourselves into a quagmire of crap, man. Yeah, these people are not playing, man. They're going to retaliate, and they can do it in so many ways. I mean, like the cyber space stuff. They could, it's nuclear. I mean, my God, things could get ugly. They could get extremely ugly, and if they do, it's going to be ugly like we've never seen ugly before. It's going to make the 1930s Depression look like romper room school. So I'm a little worried about that. I mean, if I had a place and a vehicle and bug out bag and some provisions, then I'd feel a lot more comfortable. I don't. All I got is what's on my back, and I'm not even equipped now anymore. All I've got is a bunch of junk in there. I mean, not junk, but I mean, a lot of this clothing's inferior. As soon as I get a chance, I'm getting rid of all of it. I'm going to really get some high-tech gear. I get the cash, I'm getting high-tech gear where I can just go. If I need to survive out in the wilds, I'll be able to survive out in the wilds. Period. I'm just right now, because of the code, I'm smart. Could you imagine I'm smart enough to survive now, motel to motel, town to town. Now, can you imagine if I got the appropriate gear, what I can do? I can do a lot. I can literally survive out in the woods, and I can do all that stuff. But you got to have the right gear. You ain't going out there in your bikini underwear and flip-flops think you're going to survive. It ain't going to happen. And, another thing, too, repercussions of Trump's call to kill Iran's top general grows. So the repercussions are growing over there. That means they are going to retaliate, and they're going to seek revenge. Bottom line, them people aren't going to give up. Man, we've got ourselves into some really hot bed of coals there, and they're not going to die out. They're not, man. There's no way. They're like a molten lava down in the center of it. It's not going away. It's going to be there. I don't understand it, man. These people that run our country, man, they're supposed to be doing the right thing. Man, they're just doing nothing but screwing us over more and more, man. It's just getting all our soldiers and everything into harm's way where they can't come back. A lot of them will die. They get in a war. And then look at the American citizens. We're footing the bill, taxpayers' money for all these wars, and nothing's ever getting accomplished, man. This politics stuff, they're a bunch of liars, man. All they do is lie about stuff, man. They don't take care of anything. Man, it's just like, man, it's screwed up. Anyway, got to move beyond that. I need to get where I'm going. That's all I care about. That's it, man. I'm pushing the past behind me. I've had a lot of things. Like I said, I've got a sister, man. I emailed her the other day, or not emailed her, but texted her. We texted a little bit, and that's it. I don't normally ever have contact with her hardly at all. One, she lies all the time. She wouldn't help me at all. She don't care about me. Well, my brother passed away a few years back, and I was never notified of nothing. Then when I finally found out, she couldn't even send me pictures of his urn. I guess he didn't have a funeral service. And she's got the urn down there. She won't send me a picture or there was no funeral service held or no any kind of memorial thing or nothing, man. I mean, I can't get a copy of nothing. Like, man, it's my brother, man. I want something to signify that I can keep on file, maybe make a poster when I find a dwelling I live somewhere. I can get like a little shrine memorial thing where I can look at it every day. That was my brother, Man, I mean, no pictures, nothing. I mean, my God, that is, that's what I'm telling you. It's just, man, I just don't understand it, man. What a dysfunctional family. Oh, I got the worst dysfunctional family a person can ever have. I'd rather have the Addams family as my family than the family I was dealt with, because they're just no good, man. They don't care. They're all self-seeking people, especially the old man. I got an old man. He lives out in Arizona. I have no contact with him. One reason, he's left me when I was young. He's had a couple contacts with me by phone. That's it. And he doesn't want anything to do with his kids. He's just, he ain't no good. I don't have anything to do with him. I don't care. I don't contact him. And he's an old man now. He's feeble and he ain't doing good. Hey, that's not my problem. Do I love him? Yeah, he's my father. But do I want to have contact with him? No, I don't. He don't care. And what good would it do anyway? He's a stranger to me. I haven't seen him I'm in my 50s now. I'll be 55. I ain't seen him since I was a young kid. Oh my God, it's like a stranger on the street. But I'm making it, man. I'm gonna do okay. I'm gonna just buckle down, like I said, discipline myself more and more each day. Make it through what I need to make it through. I'm traveling. I'll be just fine. And I got a lot of faith in the people that exist in this country. They're good people. They treat people good. They take care of each other. There's going to be some bad ones, but I'm staying out of areas where that where that kind of stuff goes on. I'm going to be around some people, man, that are good, and that's what I want to do. And if I have to hit the road again in the future, I'll tell you what, I'm going to hit the road with a pocket full of cash and 500 to a grand or better in cards. So if I need to go, I can live for at least a month or two and be okay instead of scrimping it. And I'll tell you what, if I need to go to a specific area, I'm bussing there, man. I'm going to take a bus around. I'm getting really sick of hitchhiking. I like hitchhiking, but I'm getting tired of it. It's getting tighter and tighter to hitchhike. If I would have had half a sense this time, I would have just got on this interstate and got the interstate up. That would get me there quicker. And I may do that at some point. We'll just see how it plays out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see how it plays out, man. We'll just do it like that. If I got the cash, I got a couple places I can stay. It's not an issue. And just hitch out, whatever. I'll make it where I'm going. And hopefully this place where I'm going, it looks pretty good that I can get in there and have a place to stay. I've already got a food card, Minnesota food card, so that comes on every month. I'm good there for now, I hope, until they cut it off. I don't know if they would cut it off or not. They may. But you have to just change the report address. Well, she gave it to me. It's good for a year. I remember last time, it's been several years, but I had a Minnesota food card, and that went every day, 24/7, month by month, for a whole year until it was done. So that was pretty good. That county I got that out, I walked in there, got it, left with it an hour later. I had the card. A few hours later, the money was on my card. So that's pretty decent. And does that help? Oh man, I can live off that. I would have still had some left. I just wanted to help that gal down there and her family because it was Christmas time, pre-Christmas, and I wanted to look out so they got Christmas stuff, And I'm like, man, I'm done. I'm done with that, man. I'm taking care of Brian, do the best I can, and that's it. And you don't, oh man, I'll tell you. This one guy, I was doing some sewer work down there. He treated me good. He paid me and everything. But he said, "Oh, if you need any help, call, whatever, and stuff like that." And I'm worse than him. He's in Kansas, sir. I'm not going back there. I'm not having contact with quite a few people anymore. I had some contact with people. I'm not going to even bother no more. It's just not even worth it. It's not worth it. It's just not. And I don't even think I'm going to go back to Utah. I just don't. I can't even see it. I don't see what good it's going to do me to go there, man. It's a high cost of living there. I'm just not even going to bother. I'm just not. No, I'll find a spot, and when I find that spot, I'll work with that spot, and that's how that'll be. And I just got to do some straight up research and be able to get some kind of procure some income online regularly. And then from that standpoint, be able to just, drive an income. And I can just find a little cheap place, cool, whatever, get some type of manager's position somewhere, apartments, motel, whatever, and just do that. That's how I'll play that. Anyway, I want to let you guys go. I'll download this video. This is part 3, American Hobo. And that's basically what I am right now. But lastly, I wanted to leave you folks with this. At one time years ago, man, back in the 20s and 30s and 40s, you used to see the American Hobo, with a stick, like a burlap sack bag or a coat, something tied up on a stick, and you'd see them. They'd ride the rails, and they'd go from town to town, and they'd work for food, work for a place to stay, whatever, work for anything, clothing, anything, right? There was some honor. They were actually looked at with a bit of honor, man. They were actually looked at as people that just traveled. They didn't bother anybody. They didn't cause any trouble. They just traveled the rails. They were hobos, man, or walked from town to town along the rail lines. If they could hop a train here and there, they'd do that. They were looked at with some reverence and some honor. I mean, they were looked at like a Buddhist monk looked at in these Oriental countries where Buddhism's practiced. They rever them monks. They walk around with like a gown, sandals, sometimes barefooted, mostly. They live in monasteries and they give up everything they own and they eat simple, whatever, man. So, yeah, they were looked at like this. So nowadays, people that are homeless, and they're looked at as, like vagrants, transients, everything like that, just homeless crap, and that's what people treat them as. A lot of towns you go through, they don't want. Well, let me tell you, one last thing I want to add to this video. I am a hobo, and I'm an American hobo, and I'll tell you what, I'm proud of it, and I'm going to be just fine. It's a way of life mentality, too, and I'll make it. And I can take it to a bunch of different levels. Right now, I'm traveling. I'm on a certain level. I'm keeping it right at that, and it's going pretty smooth, man. And I'm making some miles, and I've made a lot of miles since Kansas. Get another 2 hours, I'm out of this. I'm into the state I need to be in, and I've got probably 300 miles, something, a little over 300 miles to get where I'm going. I'm good, man. No problem whatsoever. Lastly, what I was going to say is that this organization they got here, it's a neighbor-to-neighbor thing. It said in one of their things there, I was looking at, I think I still got it. Yeah, it's a piece of paper that says what neighbor helping neighbor is and is not. Basically, is a ministry of this county ministerial association that provides a helping hand during temporary financial crisis. They're pretty stringent, and they pretty much emphasize in here must be current resident of the county. Okay, and funds may be used for a variety of reasons. Utility, phone bills, medical expenses, gas, emergency housing limited to 2 nights are typically, but other uses may be honored at our discretion. Um, it says in here we prefer to operate in the honor system, and that's fine. You just be straight up with them. But it says, unfortunately, past abuses have forced us to develop the following expectations. So they said that there has been, it says, respect. You will be shown respect, and you are expected to show respect to the person you are dealing with. Demanding assistance with intimidation, temper, or rudeness will not help you. There has been instances where these people that are homeless and stuff, where they've trashed motel rooms, they've stolen from motel rooms, they've gotten really intimidating, threatening because they couldn't get aid and stuff. So it's made these people, literally, has made these people get to the point. Yeah, it says, do not hesitate. Yeah, this is someone gets threatening or aggressive, intimidating. So, it says that is rare, but it has happened. Yeah, it has happened. There's been people, that's how it is. It's exactly, it's just how it is, man. And glad I was able to get this room. So, you folks take care, and, I thought that was pretty cool of them to do that. So, we're under no obligation to give anything. They're not. So that's pretty cool, man. You just be straight up with people, man. That's it, man. That's just the way it is. Just want to let you folks know this. So, yeah, they have these things in place in different places. Usually I bypass these things. Um, and a lot of times people mess it up. That's why they got these things in place. It used to be like that. You could just go up to a Catholic church or go to a church, talk to the pastor, do some work, clean his windows, help around the church, get a couple of days and a $50 bill. I did it. Don't tell me, I did it a lot of times, and with honor, and I left there with some money in my pocket feeling good. But, that's just how this United States is, man. There's a lot of people, that are homeless, they think that they're entitled to everything. No, you're not, man. You're living on the grace of others, so be grateful for anything you get. This is 30-minute video and 30 more seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and let this go and get it online. So anybody responds back, please subscribe, like my videos. This is Brian, and this is the American Hobo. Take it easy, man.